We got 40 spawning here on the right-hand side. LYN at the top. That's a lucky spawn for 40. And an unlucky spawn for LYN if he wants to counter-expand at some point. Is it the show match now? Yes, this is the show match, as it says down here. Don't Force Me Cup 194. Play all 5, show match. LYN versus 40. Oh, we got high frames again, boys. Finally. Not the 15 frames anymore from earlier. Ah, good to see. So, LYN creeping in the center so far. Not trying to harass the human expansion yet. Gonna be a fast level 2 for him. Archmage also got a fast level 2. Farseer and Headhunters are on the way. Had a grunt as well, right? Oh yeah, there it is. The health fountain can be great for Orc as well if you get control of it later. If you can clear it with your tier 2 army. Big experience, big item, and lots of heal possibilities. 40 playing careful. He's running back to the expansion, maybe a bit overly cautious. This map, I would say, not good for human. In the matchup, certainly against undead. Because the creeping here is so poor, but it makes for an easy expansion, which normally is hard to pull off against top orcs. And the Farseer is just patiently creeping up, one camp after the next. Triple Gloves of Haste. That's pretty unlucky. I mean, one glove is good for the Farseer, but they have diminishing returns, so they get worse. One after the next. And rings are great for the TC. Claws are great for the Farseer. So this is very unlucky items actually for LYN. This is actually the unluckiest he could have gotten. Lady Luck, not with him so far, at least on map 1. But maybe that will change later. Tier 2 now close to done. We're going to see the TC joining soon. LYN going to split his forces here a little bit. We got Headhunters and a Wolf down here. Farseer in the main base. Quite a bit of mana on him, by the way. Not too many losses, though. We got one footy kill here, one peasant kill here, so this is all still kind of fine for 40. He's got the Arcane Tower up now. But the problem is, he's stuck on level 2 Archmage. And when you're stuck on level 2 Archmage, that can make for a very dangerous mid-game. Because LYN's got big upgrades coming. He's got TC, double Bestiary, so a lot of Raiders will be joining, or maybe even Wyvern, but normally it's Raiders. LYN also doing a great job minimizing damage he's taking. Look at the damage he took on his units. A little bit here on the Headhunter, a little bit here on the Farseer, and that's basically it. Really strong early game so far by LYN. Orcs have been struggling pretty heavily lately. Not because Orc is looking bad, it's because the Orcs are playing poor. As they say, it's a skill issue. TC is out. Bringing the salves and a speed scroll. And then Raiders will be coming in a moment. And Snare already. And lots of Raiders are going to be here soon. And when the Raiders are out, it's very hard to keep these footies alive. With one net after the next. Oh, but the TC is actually here. Going to creep the natural. So LYN will be looking for a counter expansion while pressuring with Raiders. Farseer keeping the Archmage honest. It's very important that the Farseer is here. Keeping the AM on level 2 is such a huge deal. So far, LYN is doing it really well. Also, not giving any wolves away needlessly. Really good play so far by LYN. And level 2 for the TC, nice and quick. And the expansion also coming pretty early. Counter expansion. First Ensnare should be revealed here. There we go. Oh, and look at the wolves. Look at the wolves. Still checking where the human is. Beautiful play so far by LYN.
A player's forces are
slowing down the Archmage here a little bit as well. Putting some damage on him. Or thinking, clear the middle with the TC. This would be absolutely perfect for him. Taking quite a bit of damage from these creeps. It's not the easiest creep camp of all time. Especially those headhunters have to be careful. Good experience with the TC though. And now it's going to be, of course, free healing for the Orc as well. If somehow Fortitude could get a cancel, it would be huge. Also, 40 would have loved to get to the shop here. Buy a heal scroll, buy a staff, buy an invuln. But LYN, with perfect positioning, perfect movement, he kept 40 in a box. Didn't allow him to go anywhere. Just amazing play up until now by LYN. I have missed LYN, and so have many players out there. Many people watching out there as well. TC with a double potion here. Or double consumable, I should say. Big healing and Ankh, so the TC is going to be very, very safe to survive. And look at the Archmage, he's still stuck on level 2. This is the classic problem for human on LT. Sure, you get an easy expansion, but creeping to level 3 is a nightmare here. Oh, Shockwave! Lots of damage right there. Fasir back at home, dealing with annoying footies. And the expansion is now very, very close to finished. And lots of ensnares can still be used. Lots of towers being set up here. And LYN's experience lead is going to be huge. MK coming now. 40's going tier 3. Oh, whoops. MK got stuck in the base. Wait. He has to cut this tree. 40 is such a insanely passive game by him. And he has to play passively because LYN is just way stronger right now. A Tauntaun with the resub, thank you. Well, at least now the way is opened up for the MK. LYN knows very early about the tier 3. This normally should mean Griffins. Very often, if you have weak hero levels, the way you can win in the late game is with big economy and strong tech. So, big army, tier 3. And indeed, here we have the Griffin Aviary coming up. LYN does have Pillage. And he's looking for more structural damage. He can take out the farms easily. The raiders here are working out well. There's going to be some raiders going down. But if they fall to the towers, that is no experience gain for the human. Mana potion, shockwave. It's a lot of kills. Fortitude should be able to hold here, I would think, especially with militia help. The water elementals are so weak. Doing basically nothing. Well, they're not doing nothing, but they are not looking impressive at all. Archmage stuck on level 2 forever. LYN playing the map control game so insanely well. Very impressive. Just very impressive. Ah, LYN, how we missed you. He's trying to hold on until tier 3. Until Griffins. But against Ensnare and Headhunters, those Griffins could also die quickly, depending on where they get netted to. Archmage cannot save the Mountain King. Hero goes down. Has to be rezzed now at the expo, where the altar was remade. And Ensnare after Ensnare. LYN is just picking off unit by unit. About to have double level 4. Double level 4 against 2-1, you guys. Absolute domination by LYN. Domination. LYN showing a perfect punish to a fast expo play. Okay, call to arms. Here we go. Last stand. We got 2 Griffins on the way. LYN clicking on the castle. Oh, is he overcommitting to this castle, perhaps? If there's repair, this could be problematic for him. TC losing HP, but he's got the big heal potion, the castle. If it goes down, the game is most certainly over. It's a lot of siege damage, and it is enough. Is it? Yes, it is. Castle goes down. That's game. GG it is. LYN wins map 1 with outstanding play. Picture perfect, like textbook counter expo play. I mean, not this in the sense that he plays a counter expansion, but the way he plays against an expansion. Just absolutely wonderful. It was also made stronger by the map, as I pointed out. It's a big, big problem for human on Lost Temple to progress before the expansion. After the expansion, to get that level 3, which is so, so important. But the key thing here was that LYN was always on point. He was always scouting with the wolves. He was always getting in damage wherever he could. And he was minimizing damage. I've criticized Orc players a lot for that recently. Their Headhunter micro, their kiting and stutter stepping has gotten very weak, honestly. I've been a bit disappointed with the Orcs. But LYN, as always, shows the world how it is done. And so he takes the first map, and we will go on to map number 2 then in a moment. Oh, can I join in already? Seems like yes. All right. Northern Isles for map number 2. LYN with a perfect game, with a perfect start into this best of 5. What are we going to see this time from 40? No pally rifles yet, by the way. Of course, we all know that pally rifles is very popular at the moment against orcs. And I'm very surprised not to see it here. This map is amazing for pally rifles. Why not? Maybe it's trying to be unpredictable. Then going with Farsi Headhunter opening, as always. And I would think that the pally rifle strat is the most likely these days on this map, but 40 here is playing the good old Archmage footies. And I guess he's going to go for the Tuskar camp first. It's going to be a fast level 2 for the Archmage then. Big item right away. And the aura very early on. So Fasir is going to harass right away. There's a couple of spots for him to scout. He wants to see what's going on at the expansion, and also here at the greens. But it looks like he's not considering the Tuskar camp at the moment. We have a couple of herd footies here. This could be a snack for the wolves. Scroll the Beast could be especially dangerous when it comes to attacking burrows. One peasant gonna go down. Probably. We have an arcane tower upgrading, but still taking a while. And an eye on the peasant.
player's forces are under attack.
Fortitude's tech here will be quite a bit slower than that of the Orc, of course. LYN getting his first bit of experience here, and he lost track of the Archmage, I think. So this is a bit scary. Oh, threatening the tower, forces some repair. That is going to be 1 peasant killed. Makes it 2 peasant losses so far, along with the one that was denied. And we got footies up here at the gold mine. Hiding, sort of. Archmage creeping this camp by himself. He got the replenish potion. That's pretty nice. LYN didn't get the most experience so far. This could still be a scary timing from the Archmage level 3. Because if he uses militia to creep this green camp, this could be the experience necessary to get him that level 3. Farseer now very close to the level 2. Needs a little bit more. 1 footy kill might be necessary.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, LYN's actually creeping this camp with headhunters. They're not in the defense right now. So LYN only at home with AM and 2 headhunters. But quick reaction with a peon repair. And the human forces are repelled. And the AM is level 3, so, you know, he's not that scary yet. This looks like a good early game for LYN once more. Very active with his units, looking for his openings, trying to get value wherever he can. Oh, the wolf sees the camp here at the gold mine, but LYN perhaps a bit too late. At the same time, we got militia creeping at the green, and this will be Archmage level 3. Wolf tried to steal the last hit. That would have been crazy. Didn't get it though. Ring of Protection +5, and Defend is ready for the footies. Okay. This attack now going to be a bit scary. LYN wisely, he got the Barricades upgrade already against the footies. 2.5 on the Farseer. Of course, it's not level 3, but the experience isn't looking that bad. And right away, 1 wolf and 1 grunt sent into the back to deal with the footies. LYN just here with beautiful reactions. Always properly, you know, countering what 40 is doing. The Lodge, though, will be cancelled. So, success there for Fortitude. Archmage taking quite a bit of damage, but there's going to be the replenishment potion soon for him. Cement upgrade wasn't really needed, but now the birds are going to be safe until the end of time. And what do we have across the map? There's no blacksmith, so no rifles. It's just going to be casters, apparently, with Mountain King. Oh, couldn't quite cancel the healing. He wanted to do it, I think, with the burrow. But Archmage nicely healing through from the replenish. That is really neat. Farseer also healing up with the replenish. Oh, that water elemental is good experience. TC wants to get it. And he got it. Still no shop, by the way. LYN still cannot heal. Good thing for him is that he isn't really too low HP on anything, so he doesn't need a shop right now. Burrow perhaps a bit late. LYN is still at 39 supply, so he can't make too many more units here. TC creeping up here at the Toskar, looking for that fast level 2. And normally, against caster play, we see Shockwave for the most part. MK now with the Stormbolt, certainly capable of looking for some kills here. But then always keeping his army nicely packed together in a solid unit. It's around there. And the Watch Elemental, again, more experience. Farseer getting closer to 3. It's Stomp, though, on the TC. This might not be too useful later, so perhaps we're going to be seeing a Tome of Retraining later on at some point. Thank you, MW, with the resub.
A
Toxie says what we want to see is LYN versus Pally Rifles. Yeah, I agree. I want to see it at least on 1 or 2 maps. And I would have expected it here. I said it earlier. This map is so good for Pally Rifle. So 40 not playing it here, I was a bit surprised to see. 40 using the militia to creep. I don't think it can expand. Right now, resources are very important. You need to build your army to 50 supply. You need to get strong fast. With army production and also with creeping. If now he builds an expansion for 600 gold, this would throw him way too far back, I would think. LYN, though, he can afford it more easily, because LYN has all of these units still alive from the early game. Almost none of the headhunters died. He's got grunts as well. LYN has a strong army already, so he can afford to build the expo, thanks to the great early game. Outstanding map here, I would say, again, by LYN. Got 1 shaman, 2 shaman out on the map, so we got some purges now as well. Holy shit, the king is back. Yes, he is. We've been waiting for LYN, man. It's been looking real rough for the orcs lately. But the king's back. And the king is off to a great start here in this best of 5. He might be able to slip through and cancel the expansion. But then again, LYN is right on his heels, so that might be punished. Cannot steal the last hit. LYN gets the item. Subi Mask. Chain Lightning level 2 on the Farseer, by the way, is the preferred choice against casters. But Footies and Watch Elements make it to the expansion. Okay, this is a good play. This is a great play by 40. But LYN's going to try to punish it right away. He's going in with a speed scroll. The stomp is at the moment still very good before there's breakers. TC running into the back line. Only catches one of the casters, but also the heroes. And it's going to be a lot of units going down. The cancel was successful, but it came at a hefty price. Invo potion needed to protect against the stomp. Even the deny on the shaman. Damn, LYN is looking good right here. MK finds himself almost in a surround. He will survive with a heal pot and a TP out. Coda Beast, the one mistake, didn't devour. But then has a lot of gold. Can expand again right away. But it's making a tower first. And LYN getting also stronger on the heroes. TC now level 3. TC 3.5. I mean, Farseer 3.5. But 40 bought himself some time. Cancelling the expo was big. This means now he's still staying on even economy. However, less experience. Then has to go back and heal up. This all takes a while. Oh yeah, he's trapped, you're right. Didn't even realize. 40 trapped in the main base behind the wall. Classic human conundrum. One of the wind that was found, by the way. Normally not that good against Priestess spell. Perhaps the worst item he could have gotten there. Ooh, this is a nice item for the TC though. He's got bonus armor and evasion now. Tanking him up quite a bit. I like that. Then scouting a bit with wolves. And he's got sharp control. Very important. Double heal scroll for the orc. And we have the next expansion attempt. Forty making his way down there. He is in upkeep first, by the way. First time this whole game 40 has the supply lead. But this defensive tower can also be a big help when it comes to the big fight. LYN dominated the early game, but Fortitude has fought his way back quite well. LYN now following into upkeep. Now LYN is the one being careful, biding his time. MK got level 3, by the way. Good defensive items on him. We got 1 heal scroll on 40. But of course 2 on LYN. MK doesn't have that much mana. No mana pot, no pendant. Archmage. Ooh, he's in pretty deep. Ensnare, though, on the breaker. TC with the first stomp. Didn't hit that amazingly. Love this Watchtower, by the way. Watchtower doing a lot of additional damage. Slow is starting to kick in. The Grunts are going to be in a bit of trouble. Kodo Beast so far didn't get off Devours. They want to get those breakers, of course. I love this tower. I love this tower. Normally the human wants to kite back and forth and get free shots in all the time, while the Orc army is just moving and slowed. But it's the tower here who's also getting in lots of shots. 40. Changing his attack vector. Looking now towards the Orc main base. But there's a shop here. There's burrows here that could also help. But there is indeed no tower here. Kodo Beast still hungry. LYN still with lots of mana. Oh, we got some invis as well. Stormbolt on the TC. Not allowed yet to look for the big stomp. And of course, against the breakers, it's hard to find the big stomp. A lot of damage now on the TC. The defensive items here are helping him big time. One of the wind on the Mountain King can be dispelled, maybe, but not doing it yet. TC, oh, he's about to go down. Heal scroll, TC in serious trouble. Ooh, that heal scroll saved his behind. His rump steak, you might say. One more heal scroll for LYN, still available. He got one Breaker Devour, by the way, but the other Kodo still has room in the stomach. Man on the Shaman now. Very low, by the way. The Purge not looking so good anymore. Over the double level 4. That's big for LYN. Heal Scroll comes in. TC is also still healing in the back. Mana now low on the MK. Stormbolt no longer so dangerous. Doesn't have Clap, by the way. That's a bit surprising. I only noticed that now. Good dodge on the Kodo Devour. But LYN is picking apart seemingly the human army. LYN's front line is starting to disappear a bit. It's 2 grunts going down. But of course LYN now is getting lots of gold. He is not fully mining from the expo, but he's got some good additional income here. But now 40 can take the heal scroll advantage. All the heal scroll have been blown on both sides. 40 can get 1 at least from the shop, maybe even 2. But they are expensive. Heal scroll invuln. That means that LYN could get the next heal scroll if he goes to the center. I also really like the way that LYN has crept up his heroes. You can see the TC and the Farseer both have the same amount of experience. If you can keep trading, keep on finding kills, and keep surviving, if you manage to stay alive until double level 5, these Orc hero levels will be crazy strong with Chainwave. TC finds even more armor, plus 8 now on the Tauren Chieftain. Very good. And 40 is giving LYN a lot of time. This is pretty dangerous. LYN is starting to make even some Wyvern. He knows there's no rifles, so no easy piercing damage. He can purge the water elementals, and the Wyvern can be very effective against the casters. Helm of Valor. Another good tank item for the TC. It is not super amazing, but it's pretty good. Farseer would love to get a heal scroll here, but the AM wants to get there first. And there's a sorceress to slow, so LYN is going to have to back away here. But he can threaten the human base. No pillage this time, but still dangerous damage from the raiders. About to have a second attack upgrade ready. No TP on the human side, he has to come in from behind. Is LYN going to try to take the fight here, or is he just going to TP out? Both options available. Gonna decide to TP away. Ensnare gets a Kodo Devour. Great play by LYN. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's why he's the king of the orcs, baby. And now LYN so far ahead. 80 supply. He isn't lacking the heal scrolls though. That's true. That's a big minus. No heal scrolls in LYN's army. If he had 2 heal scrolls on top of this army, this would be unbeatable. But it's still a pretty scary, huge army. And importantly, MK doesn't have Clap. He doesn't have his best ability. Best ability against Orc, at least. And LYN is charging in. Stormbolt on the Raider. Kodos in the front. Gets off another Devour. Both Kodos are digesting. Not even that many Kodos, by the way. It's only 2 Kodos, and the rest is a colorful mix of Orc units. We got Grunts, Raiders, Wyvern, Headhunters, Shaman. LYN seemingly knowing exactly how to make use of his race, and he does so beautifully. Did he cancel the second attack upgrade, by the way? It looks like it. The Wyvern also now wonderful. If they're targeting the priest, they can take him out real quick. Running in with a speed scroll, the stomp, the TC still being careful, backing off, but that's it. Game is over and LYN takes it as well. Map number 2 goes to LYN. It is always amazing how well LYN plays and how strong he comes back after these breaks. I feel like LYN is... Like, it's so weird with LYN. Like, he seems to benefit the most not from practicing, but from taking time off. This is, like, at least the 5th or 6th time we've seen this from him over recent years. Last time was only in September, when he took 1 or 1.5 weeks off, 1.5 months off, and then again came back insanely strong. Also looking that way here so far today. Doppelstrix, by the way, with the first time Prime sub. Thank you very much. Welcome. LYN looking like the true Giga Chad at the moment. But one question still has yet to be answered. Also
LYN back.
Yo, Reggae Renee with the resub. Thank you. Before LYN took his break, he didn't really have an answer to the Pally Rifles. Are we going to see the Pally Rifles today or not? So far, the answer has been no. But we got 3 more maps left in this Play All 5 format. In the Don't Force Me Cup, in case you guys didn't know, we don't just play best of 5, where the first player to get 3 points wins, and it's over, but it's Play All 5. Every map is worth additional prize money, and every map counts. Every map will be played. So even if one player wins early with 3-0 or 3-1, we will still play every single map. I would like to see how LYN fares against Pally Rifles. Yep. Me too, bro. Me too. We have 3 more maps. It would be kind of surprising if there's going to be not a single Pally Rifle game. Next map coming up, by the way, is Springtime, where Pally Rifles has been pretty popular in the past. By the way, there's a good amount of prize money available for these show matches, for these tournaments. Per map, it is... Wait. I just clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. Per map, it is $140 US. And also, when you lose, you still get half of that money. So, a very lucrative little play day for these 2 players, especially if you get a bunch of map wins. This is the private sponsor that has been supporting Fortitude and the Don't Force Me Cup for a long time, making this all very worthwhile for the players. All right, map 3, folks. We got it ready now. Oh, looks like the overlay needs to be restarted again. Let me do that real quick. LYN with one hell of a start. Up 2-0 in this series. Forty could still turn it around. Fortitude seems like he needs to wake up a bit. Not quite as sharp so far as LYN. Fortitude in recent months has been owning orcs left and right, but LYN is, as always, a different story. And now we're gonna get a different strat. It is finally gonna be the Pally Rifles attempted again. And before LYN's break, the way he would try to beat this strategy was pretty much one way only. And that was Farseer, Headhunter opening, TC second, and then Raiders. Raiders, Raiders, tons and tons of endless Raiders with upgrades and pillage and lame. And that had, honestly, not the best success rate. Especially as the top humans, namely 40 and Starbuck, were getting better against that style. It seemed like the Mass Raiders looked like less and less of a proper counter. I wonder if LYN has found a new way, a new answer. Of course, it must be on the forefront of his mind that Pally Rifles is a very real possibility. Sean Wright comes in with the random direct strike question. Wait, if there is 0 air or hunts, do you even bother with backline of piercing like Headhunters? Depends. So, you gotta know how good the different units are. Piercing damage units. So Fiends are bad, Archers are okay, Headhunters are okay, Rifles are amazing. So, in direct strike you can always make Rifles, always. Unless you are facing footies. Of course, if your opponent has footies with defend, then piercing is really bad, but Rifles are very, very good. And, you know, not only in direct strike, also in Warcraft 3, Riflemen can be amazing, especially with a Paladin. Which now we have. Militia here, active right away, I like this. Putting some pressure on the Farseer, not allowing him to get in too many free hits. Good Wolf Micro. In the early game, when it's only 400 range on the rifles, the Orc can out-micro the human fairly well. Especially with more and more Headhunters joining. Pally so far not allowed to creep anything. Greetings, Saul Apeman. Tuning in just at the perfect time. As we see Fortitude with the Perla Rifle Specialty Strat. Not a great start for 40 so far, right? He's got 0 items, 0 experience. I would still love to see LYN try something like Panda 2nd Tier 3 Torrens, you know? But he almost never does it, so it seems very unlikely. Militia are moving out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wait, what are they doing? Is he trying to flank the Headhunters? What? What is this? Nope, they're all just sent back. That was a lot of lumber lost. Choppa XX with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very, very much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, Fortitude is very low on lumber here. Both heroes with 0 experience. That is great news for LYN. Farseer does really well on low levels. Pally, not so much.
We love LYN and 40B2WLYNB2W40.
Yo, Dargog with the resub. Thank you very much. We sure do. We sure do. I've said tons of times over the last couple of casts that I'm missing LYN and I'm not the only one. Especially the top Orc play lately has been looking pretty lackluster. No offense to Soin and Focus, but they have not been able to play on the proper level lately. LYN is showing a different kind of a presence today. Naga second, by the way. Oh, tier 3! Hoo, 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 hoo. LYN is trying to incorporate tier 3. No Raiders. Or is it Raiders? Do we have? No, we don't have a Bestiary yet. This could be Torrens, guys. This could legit be Torrens. He's stopping at 34 supply. There's no more headhunters at the moment. 6 headhunters. And here at the moment he stops. For Torrens though, you need a war mill. He does have a war mill. Of course he has a war mill. He has headhunters. I'm an idiot. But there's no Torrent totem coming yet, so I guess unlikely. What's he gonna make with tier 3? Well, he's gonna make Berserkers, obviously. Firelord 3rd could be great as well. LYN has almost 700 gold. What's he gonna spend it on? Dude, there's been 0 creeping. 40 was not allowed a single creep camp so far. He's finally getting big upgrades. Blood Mage for the mana, and long rifles for the range. Torrent Totem! Double Torrent Totem! Oh! Pog! Pog! They're pretty late though. I think they're a little bit too late, right? Torrens! Did he watch the Tiesiok game from Raralan? Maybe he did. Then of course bought time insanely well. Insanely well. Pala Rifles brings emotions, says Saul Aitman. It sure does. It has brought the orcs lots of frustrations lately. But LYN today with a new style. A super low hero level game. That's fine for Farseer and Naga. They do well on low levels. Human heroes, less so. TC 3rd. Oh, is that no Firelord? No Firelord, boys. And there we got the double Torrens. Berserker upgrade. Okay. Still level 1 Pally. The human heroes were creeping together. They didn't level up yet. Nobody, in fact, leveled up yet. Torrens are almost out. Couple of seconds missing. No, last hit stolen. I think this is looking great for LYN, isn't it? I would love to see also an Orb of Lightning here for catch. TC is out and does go Aura first. Torrens pretty fast these days. They got a movement speed buff recently. Oh. After 15 years, honestly, even longer. After more than 20 years, perhaps Torrens are finally playable. Perhaps. Then also getting improved Pulverize.
A player's forces are under attack.
50 supply on both players. TC solo creeping. He got level 2. Big healing potion, quite nice for him. Heal scroll as well. The problem with Torrens is, once they're low HP, they are very, very hard to heal up. Unless you got Master Walkers. Okay, in we go. Stomp right away. Torrens coming in. We got Banish against the Torrens, though. That's a nice little touch. And the TC's taking a lot of damage right here. Heal potion is there. Banish wears off on one of the Torrens, but the other Torrent is still here. We got to scroll the beast as well. The rifles are actually looking pretty strong right here. And the first Torrent goes down. Oh, wait. The Torrent goes down. The TC almost goes down. I think a Firelord is missing, boys. I think a Firelord is missing. No! 40 wins. The Torrents lose. The Pally Rifle does it again. Does it again. And that might be the end for the Torrens, boys. The Torrens were tried. The Torrens didn't succeed. I think you need a Firelord, man. I think you really, really need a Firelord. 40 wins it. Even with just level 2. He didn't even have level 3. He also had a Scroll of the Beast. That Scroll of the Beast was a huge help, actually. If not for the scroll, it might have looked different. Okay, I hope that LYN is not gonna abandon the tier 3 Taurens entirely. I hope he's gonna try to find a way to make them work. I'm really worried now that with that not working out, despite a great early game. Obviously, this was a great early game for LYN. Absolutely keeping the Pally in a box. Didn't allow him to creep anything. I want to see him try again. I want to see him try another Tauren game. Okay. If we even are going to see another Pally Rifle game, we might not necessarily. We are wasting no time and jumping onto map 4 right away. And that is Hammerfall. Oh, and we are going to see it again. We are going to see it again, boys. Pally Rifles once more. Toxie says this strat needs the Panda and the Firelord. The TC and Naga bring nothing. Yeah, I think the TC definitely didn't bring anything. I mean, he brought the Aura, but that's not good enough. I think the Naga second worked out really well, actually, with his game plan. He kept the human from creeping for so long. I think the Naga might have been worth it. Also, she always has a valuable arrow attack, kind of. But yeah, the TC, I would certainly agree, didn't seem to bring in anything. We see fast headhunters again against the Pally Rifle. Honestly, this map might be a little bit better. Wait, I have to restart the overlay again. Might be a little bit better for 40 from the outset. Here, you would think that he should be able to creep at least one camp at the start, maybe even two. Yeah, I guess the difficulty with the Panda is, can you really manage to creep to level 3 before the push hits you? Like, on paper, the Panda could be amazing. Drunken Hate's Breath of Fire. And there's a little detail with Drunken Hate's Breath of Fire, which not everybody knows. If you use Drunken Hate's Breath of Fire, and then you use the second Breath of Fire, when it's off cooldown right away, you can ignite the first Drunken Haze again for huge damage. Unless it gets dispelled before. But of course, with the Pally Rifle army, there is no dispel. Yeah, Panda definitely has potential, but the concern is, will you be able to creep him to 3 in time?
Town is under siege.
I wonder what LYN's going to go to this time. Pally got an item, got a little bit of experience, but he lost some mana, lost some HP. Looking for the big last hit here, and the Pally gets it. Farsiester with 0 experience. LYN committed for the creep, but wasn't able to get it. Dancing around the creeps right now. Headhunters have taken a little bit of damage. Earlier shot this time, by the way. This seems to mean TC second, no tier 3. And Raiders again, I would think. Alright, we got tier 2 finished. And, yep, there we go. TC second. This is going to be the tier 2 style with Raiders once more. Like I said earlier, we have seen this be successful before, but the win rate hasn't been amazing.
Under siege.
40's moving out, trying to creep up a bit, but of course that's going to be a punish right away. 6 headhunters again here should be the magic number. Production stops now, and now it's going to be all about Raiders. And when you play the Raider lane, at some point also you want to have an expansion yourself. Of course, this is where the Orc can play with superior mobility, with Endurance Aura, and Raiders, and Ensnare. Can try to pin the human back at home, get pillage money, while expanding at some point. It's going to be late, though. LYN's probably going to go up to 50 supply first, get pillage, get upgrades, and it's going to take his time before actually expanding.
A player's forces are under attack.
Well, 40 is a bit in the dark here. He's trying to find the TC. He's afraid that the TC might be creeping somewhere. Good scouting by LYN. Playing around the nighttime pretty well. 40 has to guess right now. He doesn't know where the TC is. But his guess is right. Finds the TC over here at the gold mine. TC got the item already, but no level 2 yet. And we finally have long rifles. Huge upgrade for the rifleman. Of course.
A player's forces are under attack.
TC not yet. Ah, no, he is. He is level 2. Shockwave normally is what we would be seeing with the Mass Raiders for the building damage. We have an early Sanctum coming for Sorks against Raiders. Normally, also at 50 supply, the human will then build towers to protect his main. And now the Pally Rifle army is almost fully online. Paladin is still missing the level 3 though. Trying to kill a rifle. Nope. Not gonna happen. All that is there. 1-1 upgrades already on the rifleman. This is nice play though. The Fascia with Wolves and the Raiders can threaten kills and force the human army back. 40 now realizing he doesn't want to waste his time with the entire army. He wants to keep creeping. But the TC was creeping as well at the same time. He's close to level 3 now. Gonna get it here. The creeps here were killed, I think, by the rifleman. So LYN could, in theory, expand there. Oh, headhunters getting caught by the rifles. That is easy, quick kills. It is a very different experience from the orc side to the human side. The human can get kills very easily. For the orcs, it's insanely hard. Against Holy Light and armor increase. Oh. LYN is adding a Spirit Lodge. He's not only going to go pure mass raid, he's going to try to win with Lightning Shield Shaman. This is something that can work, but it seems to be the hardest way to play and beat Pally Rifles.
forces are under attack.
The Pally now on level 3. We are fully online with the Pally rifle strategy. New expansion for LYN. He didn't even get any pillage money yet, I think. Sending out some raiders to start to get to work on that. And we got towers coming up basically just at the right time. Lumber mill for god towers. Double arcane already. 40 sitting at 50 supply here. Now he's banking lots of gold. Thank you, Toby88, for the first time Prime sub. Welcome.
A town is under siege.
The human army, of course, a lot slower across the map. So LYN, whenever he knows an attack is coming, he can go for the counter-attack. That's what he's doing right here. Forcing the TP and running away. Piyui with the resub as well. Thank you. There's one sorceress. Then it's going to TP away to save 1 or 2 raiders. LYN with lots of gold, but also 40 with lots of gold. Late game, tech switch into grunts with brute strength. On high supply, when you got lots and lots of units, having melee units like grunts is good again against headhunters. When you can swarm on top of him, especially with move speed increase. Opposite to the early game. In the early game you want to have only ranged units because there your melee units get kited way too easily. How is LYN going to win this game? Is he going to be able to somehow win this game, or is this just another W for the Pally rifles? They're now trying to expand, and he's going into upkeep. Lots of production. Grunts and Kodos and Shaman. LYN is going for the counterattack. He's not TPing home. In fact, he doesn't have a TP. Oh, Rifleman. Sees the Expo. That should be an easy cancel. 2-2 upgrades on the rifles. Very strong. Staff home on the Blood Mage. Good play there. Sorceress is also with the slow. And LYN is getting caught here again on those 2 raiders. Those will be falling, I guess. LYN seems to be very low on speed scrolls. Is he going to take a fight here? Is he going to dare fight the Pally rifles? Chain lightning on the Paladin. Ensnare was there. In we go now. Shockwave hitting well. Siphon could be cancelled with the Ensnare. There it is. Still a bunch of mana on the TC, to be honest. You got lots of mana, in fact, from these items. Blood Mage, getting purged on the Banish, getting banished again. Not gonna last forever. Ensnare on the Paladin. And this time the Siphon is running through for a long time. Lots of mana being drained here. TC has 1 more Shockwave left only. Heal Scroll coming in as well. Kodo Beast, one of them getting sniped. Shockwave on the heroes. He's trying to kill the Pally, but he's so damn hard to kill. And LYN is going to tap out. Sees no chance here anymore. Pally rifles 2-0. LYN looking grand, or I should say grande on the first 2 maps, but 40 brings it back on maps 3 and 4. And this is the one thing, I guess. I guess it's still true. The one weakness LYN still has is against Pally rifles. He hasn't cracked the code. He hasn't found the answer. And we're gonna have one last map for this series. A map 5 decider, if you will. Are we gonna see pally rifles again? Or is it gonna be a return to Archmage? It comes down a lot to the map. The bigger the map, the easier it is for Orc to expand. Normally, the less likely it is to see pally rifles. Also, it's important how the creep setup is in the early game.
Shame on all these pala rifle haters.
Yo, Emerald with the resub. Thank you. Yeah, the pally rifles, man. It's here and it's here to stay, as it seems. Twisted Meadows for our 5th map. And there I would think pally rifle should be impossible. A map so big, so good for expanding, so good for playing hit and run and counterattacking. Should be a different strategy now. Lemez with the resub. Thank you very much. Well, it's going to be no more pally rifles for today. Because, yeah, on Twisted, we're going to see a return to good old Archmage and Footies. And, I guess, most likely an expansion. Is the overlay bugged right now? Oh no, we got it. Okay. The score is 2-2. Twisted Meadows will be our decider. Got 40 here in the bottom left. There we go. Got the Archmage first. LYN top right. With the Farseer. One grunt opening into Headhunters. This could be a very aggressive game by LYN, trying to harass early on. Maybe even look for some mercenaries, and then really put the screws on tier 2. When you get TC and Raiders, that's when Orc can get very, very scary. Look for kill after kill. When there's no Paladin with all those upgrades and all that aura to keep the human units healthy at all times.
Players' forces are under attack.
Farseer starting off with a small camp. Archmage starting off with the big camp. And a big item right away. Scourge Bone Chimes is okay for peasants and footies. It's not the most important part of the army, though. I guess for the early game it is, but later on it's going to be all about casters. And maybe rifles. Oh, good scout by 40 here. Anticipating the Orc at the green, trying to get level 2. Farseer would love to get that level up here from a couple of last hits. But that one went to the Archmage. Close call. We don't have a 4th farm yet.
A player's forces are under
Wait, is he teching? $40 so far. Oh yeah, he is teching. Oh really? No expansion. One base play on Twisted. Okay. LYN might not know about it yet, but with the footies moving out, it is looking a bit suspicious. And now, 40 will be trying to get level 3. Creep at the small camps, maybe with AM and footies, and then use the militia to creep this camp here. LYN is leaving some units behind, wants to intercept the militia. This might be a crucial part of the early game. But these units are not ready to defend at home. Spike barricades coming quite early.
A town is under siege.
And perhaps it's just going to be a big waste of time. Archmage 2.6. Defend now finished for the footies, so this is going to make things pretty hard for these headhunters. And yeah, indeed, these two units are just wasting their time here, but I think it's worth it still, because if the human creeps this camp, this is going to open a big box of sadness and madness. No way. Now they're running back. Just as the militia are creeping the camp now. Are you serious? Oh my god, that is the worst timing. But perhaps still fine for LYN. He has now, well, reached tier 2 at least. He's gonna get his shop up. And some footies have been forced back. In fact, I don't know even where all the footies are. There don't seem to be too many. Good amount of mana on the Archmage though, almost 300. Spirit Lodge coming up in the back. Still pretty far from finished. Oh, one headhunter here. Oh, denied. And suddenly, Fortitude is finding the kills. Back in the human base, by the way, we have no blacksmith, no rifles. It's going to be Sanctum MK. I don't think this is going to be a successful cancel over here. Watch Elemental taken out. TC joins. There is going to be more headhunters going down for sure. Or maybe not. Headhunter trying to run for his life. Grunt still barely alive. Don't think this one's going to make it home, though. And I guess this one isn't going to make it home either. Ooh, the Grunt. Ah! Peekaboo! I see you. Deny at least. Oh, little micro mistake here by LYN. He could have saved that headhunter had he moved it back properly. This headhunter went down. This footy's going to go down. 40 ended up getting a lot of kills here in the end. Not much experience, but lots of units went down for the Orc. Lodge did finish, however. Bestiary is now coming up. And the MK is finally out. LYN could try to expand right away. The human is pretty weak at the moment. Lumber at least is looking pretty good for the Orc player here. TC looking for that fast level 2. Ooh, nice scout by the Farseer. You can cancel a bunch of healing here and maybe even threaten some last hit steals. We got Chain Lightning ready. But not going to test his luck too much. There is Stormbolt after all that we have to consider. TC level 2. Oh, ring +5. Very, very good for him. And LYN will be looking for that expo. Adding an early Kodo Beast. Sorks coming, Priests coming, and of course soon Breakers. Then trying to creep a fast level 3. I'm not sure if this camp is quite enough. Better try and strength. Ooh, great item for the TC. Where did the Farseer go? Ah, there he is. Farseer trying to scout all the time. Fortitude now adding a blacksmith. This might just be for breaker upgrades. That's one kill for free. Might not even need a purge here. That sorceress goes down real quick. Oh, the Farseer dies as well, though. Oh, didn't see it coming in time. MK with the huge kill. Oh, another TC all by himself. What's he going for? What's he gunning for? He's gunning for the Archmage, but there's a heal potion on him. He seems to be fine. MK with so much mana. He's got +6 all stats. Super strong on the Mountain King. And LYN's gonna call it here. Oh no, looking away once. Loses the Farseer, and LYN feels like this game is unrecoverable. Fortitude with the reverse sweep. He does make it happen. Wins 3 in a row. Finally won without Pally Rifles.